What's going on, you all? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those of you who are new here, my name is Erin, aka the Esperanza Maria. And if you're coming over from another video, hey girl, welcome back. Happy to have you here. So before we jump into today's video, make sure that you like this video, that you are subscribed, and that you have those post notifications turned on so you don't miss a thing. So for today's video, we are going to be getting into some travel hacks and doing a little packing because I am going on a brand trip, which explains my hair. I know what you're thinking, girl, what is up with the scarf? What are we doing? But I just did a wash day and my twist out, and I did a cute little moment in the front of my hair, so I had to put on the scarf to hold down all the flyaways and just, you know, get her snatched. So I'm probably gonna have this on for the rest of the video, so just get used to her. I know she's a little funky looking, but just get used to her. Okay, so let's get into some of my favorite travel hacks that have made life so much smoother and easier when traveling. For those of you that don't know, I do travel very often. For the past couple of years, I've at least traveled once a month, if not twice a month. So I've had a lot of experience both domestically and internationally, kind of learning the ropes and things that just make life easier, help you get the best bang for your buck, and also get a little money back every now and then, if you know what I'm saying. So first things first, let's start off easy, is to have a packing list. Babes, here's mine right here. I have a domestic one and an international one to make sure that, you know, we remember the passport, remember all the things that we need internationally, because sometimes when you go to different countries, you do need like different types of plugs and things like that. So I do keep two separate ones. The domestic one is obviously very simple. You know, you just want to make sure that you have all of your essentials, of course the fits for whatever you need, but having a packing list just makes life so much easier because your brain doesn't have to go through the list itself. You can just boop, 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 boop. It makes life so much easier. You can just refresh it so that when each time you travel, all you gotta do is pull it back up, uncheck all the things, and go through your checklist. It makes life so much easier. I'm telling you, have a packing list. Keep it on your phone. If you have one on like written down, that's fine too, but just make sure that you have something to get you through that packing, because I know it is stressful sometimes. Speaking of packing, I personally recommend having backup skincare and makeup that you just keep in your bag, your toiletry bag and your makeup bag, so that you can just grab those two things, pop them in your bag, and keep it pushing. I know that's not feasible for everybody, but if you can, or if you have the full size of your products, I definitely recommend either going to Target, the dollar store, Amazon, and purchasing those little refillable bottles so that you can put your products in there and just keep them put in your toiletry bag so that you don't have to keep pulling all that stuff all the time and just increasing your packing time, making things more stressful. Because what if you forget your soap, or what if you forget your shampoo, your toothpaste, or your toothbrush, or whatever. So I like to just have a duplicate bag of all of my things, and like I said, however that's feasible for you, whether you just keep like a toothbrush, some toothpaste, and like some very basic things in there, and then you like put all your other stuff in there. But definitely recommend having at least the basics in your toiletry bag, and then for your makeup bag, keeping what you can just in there so that you can just grab a couple things if you need to replenish it or whatever the case may be, and go. It makes life 10 times easier, because and then all you have to focus on is like your clothes, your accessories, your shoes, and like, you know, all the little incidentals that you may need to bring, like computer, laptop, all that kind of stuff. I said computer and laptop. I meant laptop, iPad, all that kind of stuff. Also, a lot of people have been doing the whole packing cube thing. Definitely recommend, but if that's not a feasible thing for you, then maybe just developing a packing system so that you have maybe like your underclothes and things like that in one section, and then your like gym clothes or whatever you kind of bring, and then your like actual outfits and things like that, so that there's a system so that you're not ripping through your bag every single time you're traveling. I think that it's really helpful to have the packing cubes, but again, if that's not feasible, you could even do like plastic bags, things like that, just to make the process a lot easier for you when you travel and when you're there, so that you don't have to rip through your suitcase and repack every single time you're about to head home. I like to, especially when I'm going on a longer trip, pick a theme for my clothing, whether that be a color or a vibe that I want to go with, so that a lot of my accessories can just be reused. I can just keep using them for whatever outfit that I'm wearing, and I don't have to pack and overpack, because I am definitely an overpacker. But having a theme, you know, whether that be a color scheme or something like that, really helps with minimizing the overpacking. You know, you have one like really nice purse, you have one, you know, purse that's like kind of chill, and maybe you have a third one. I've definitely bought 3 or 4 bags on trips before, so whatever you need, honestly. If it needs to go with the fit, it needs to go with the fit. I'm not here to argue with you. But it is helpful to have some sort of a theme just so you can minimize the amount of stuff that you have to bring, especially if you're not flying Southwest, because for those of you that don't know, Southwest does allow you to have 2 free bags, but a lot of other airlines you have to pay for your bags and things like that. So it's just nice to have a theme, and it really helped me when I was going to Europe only have 1 bag, like 1 checked bag, because baby, the way that I could have had 2 full bags. So having a theme was really, really helpful for that. Another hack that I found really helpful is getting air tags, especially when you do have layovers or when you're traveling to different countries. Just, you know, extra safety, you at least know where your bags are. If they don't make it, you can tell, you know, where they are and figure it out from there. I know it's stressful sometimes, especially with layovers, and airlines should really be doing their due diligence with getting your bags from place to place. But if it does happen that, you know, something happens with your bag, at least you'll have peace of mind of knowing where it is, and you can have its location and all those things. So definitely recommend getting air tags. I believe you can get them on Amazon for, I think you get a 4-pack for maybe like $20 or $30. But I think like actual Apple sells them too, and I'm sure they have dupes on Amazon of like other things that are not air tags but are like something very similar. But definitely recommend that so that you can keep track of your bags at all times. When it comes to planning my trips, I am all for going to TikTok, going to Instagram, using Yelp and all those things to develop our itinerary. I take recommendations from people obviously, but it's nice to be able to just go on TikTok, go on Instagram and get all the information and then compare that to the reviews on Yelp and develop an itinerary that way. That's really helpful for me. A lot of people ask, what do you do like to plan your trips? How do you do that? And that's how I go about it. I typically just go on TikTok, go on Instagram, research the place that I'm going to be looking to go to and develop an itinerary from there. It's all dependent, of course, on like what time you arrive, what time of the day you arrive, and like when you're leaving and how long you're going to be there. Because, you know, obviously if you're going to be there for a shorter time, you want to do all the things that are like good, fun, highlights. But if you're going to be there for a longer time, I really like to have like chill days in between, days where we hit local spots and stuff like that. And so I'll plan the TikTok things, and then when we get there, I will kind of modify our itinerary as it goes and talk to locals. Where should we go? What should we eat? And do things like that. So developing an itinerary that can be a loose itinerary is also really helpful. A lot of the times with Ash and I will just develop a very loose itinerary where we can figure things out when we land, but we have some sort of idea so that we know what kind of clothes we want to bring and things like that. It's very helpful, especially for the clothes thing, because babes, that's typically why I overpack. I'm like, what if we do this? What if we do this? What if we do this? But having some sort of itinerary, even if it is a loose itinerary, is really, really helpful for getting all the plans, all the clothes, all the packing together. So I actually found this out recently, but did you know that you can take your own passport photo? Yes, ma'am. All you have to do is make sure that you are on a plain, probably better if it's white or, you know, tan of some sort wall, and make sure that it's a 2x2 frame of your face, and you can take your own passport photos. And you can literally take that to the passport lady, wherever you get your passport from, and be like, hello, took my own photos, here they are, and then, you know, you get your passport. You can also expedite your passport, which is what I had to do when I got my passport as an adult. It still took like, I believe, a week. Sometimes it's dependent just on how fast the mail is moving, what time of year it is, because obviously during the holidays and things like that, it's a lot more stressful to get things expedited. And I believe there are places where you can go to get it printed same day, but it can be incredibly pricey, and you know, you may have to travel for that. So these are the things. Okay, so let's get into ways to save, ways to get your money, all the things. Okay, so first things first, whenever you are flying with an airline, make sure that you join their membership program so that you can get points for each time that you fly with them. What we typically do is we become loyal to Southwest because a lot of the times we are traveling domestically. We try to have a couple of international travels a year, but Southwest goes to pretty much everywhere in the US and a couple of places that are outside of the US. So it is really, really beneficial to have them and to build points with them. The only downside with Southwest is they don't have any partners. So I will say that American, Delta, and all those kinds of airlines might be better if you like to travel outside of the US very often, but whether you're flying with them just one time, you know, however you plan your travel, if you like to do the hopper thing and take different airlines whenever you travel, just become a member so you can build points, because typically those points don't expire. And if you just continue building them up over the years, whatever the case may be, you might be able to get yourself a free flight. So that is very helpful. And again, we've stayed pretty loyal to Southwest, but as we've traveled internationally to places that Southwest doesn't go, we've tried United. Just building those points up with the airlines is really, really helpful for potentially getting you free flights, but also getting you upgrades and things like that, which are very important. Speaking of upgrades, if you can, if it is feasible, I 10 out of 10 recommend getting a travel credit card. Do your research here, do what works for you. A lot of people like the Amex Platinum credit card because it gets you into all of the lounges and things like that, but definitely recommend getting a travel credit card. And it just makes traveling that much better when you get the upgrade and you weren't expecting it, or you get the upgrade and you really wanted it. So definitely recommend, if it is feasible, to get a travel credit card. Use it wisely. Obviously you want to look into what those purchases are going to be going towards and how many points they get you, because a lot of the times those credit cards are best to use just for travel, like purchasing plane tickets, purchasing things when you're, you know, out traveling, whatever, but not necessarily best for everyday purchases. So just do your research on that. And I personally think that Amex is really great, but do whatever you feel is best for you. That is just a recommendation, little travel hack that I have for you. I always download movies. I don't care if they have Wi-Fi. I mean, if you're a book reader on the plane, cool. I have motion sickness, so I can't always read on planes. So I typically always download movies or something, a show, something like that, for no matter how long I'm traveling. Because if that in-flight Wi-Fi is not working, what you gonna do? Exactly. So make sure that you download something. So a lot of the times with airlines, when you send an email for even the smallest inconveniences, they will reward you with perks, rewards, and things like that. With Southwest specifically, when we have experienced things like I paid for Wi-Fi and it ended up not working, they've reimbursed me. Or if we sat on the tarmac for a really long time and it wasn't weather related and it had something to do with a delay that is the airline's fault, we sent an email and we've gotten as much as like $1,500 in, what are they called? Stipends, like stipends. So typically what they do is, like, you know, they'll give you $100 here, $50 there, depending on the severity of whatever's going on. Sometimes people have gotten up to $250 stipends, but we've definitely, and also if you're one of those people where they maybe overbook the plane and you can get to your destination whenever, take the stipend, because you just bought yourself another trip. So for example, we were all supposed to go to Houston and they were like, we're offering, you know, $500 stipends to whoever doesn't mind staying behind. We didn't have much to do the first day, so we stayed behind and literally got $500, and they actually added on a couple $100 because we were so like kind and nice, and like we switched over to a flight that was leaving like super quick. So they took us off a flight that was like had a little bit more time, and they put us on a flight that was like leaving literally in a couple of minutes. So yeah, do that. Always take it if you can. If you can, I definitely recommend taking those stipends. But yeah, send emails, even if it's like literally you got in like 15 minutes late. Send an email, because guess what? That's $50 that they're going to reward you to go towards your next trip. Now, here's a little hack that some of the girlies know, some of the girlies don't, so I'm going to tell you. But basically, I know Delta also does this, but basically if you book a trip, right? And I'm going to put it right here because we just recently did this. So if you book a trip and you go and you check back and you see that the trip is now less expensive than what you paid for it, all you have to do is go right into your flight information, hit change, go back, book that same flight, same time, same everything, and you will be rebooked, but you will get a credit for the amount of the difference. And so that's how we have saved a lot of money on traveling, because Ash is constantly checking the flights to see if they have gone down in price, because typically they'll drop randomly, like on random days, and then go back up. And we've gotten really lucky where we have seen the flight go down on random days. And so we've gotten credits. I think we got as much as like $200 on a flight once before. So definitely 10 out of 10, would recommend trying that, and just checking your flights. I mean, Ash checks ours like every single day whenever we book flight. But if you are not the type of person to want to check it every single day, I am lucky to have a partner who likes to save coins. So she will check it almost every day. But if you're not that type of person, then set reminders for yourself to maybe check the price on a random day. Sometimes they drop on, you know, a morning, a nighttime. Just set a reminder to check, because that is one of the biggest hacks that has saved us. That and sending emails has been the reason why we have traveled a lot for free. Those are the things that I recommend. Those are just some of the travel hacks that have gotten us through as much as we've been traveling lately, and saved us a little bit of money along the way, plus gotten us lots of perks, you know, like free stays and upgrades, things like that. So I hope those hacks were helpful. We are going to go ahead and jump into the packing portion of this video, so stick around if you want to. But if you're only here for the hacks, you're welcome for giving them to you in the beginning of the video and not making you go through the entire video and wait till the end. But yeah, we're gonna get into some packing because I have a trip tomorrow. So let's go ahead and jump into it. It is now 7:47, so instead of going and getting right to it, I kind of got everything organized and got everything together to make this a more seamless process, and took a little break, and now we're back to it. So everything's pretty much laid out and kind of organized into days and things like that. So now we just have to pack it all away. All of it pretty much will fit in my main suitcase, but I am gonna put a couple of things in here just to make sure that I don't exceed the 50 pounds. And also the brand said that they're going to be giving us a bunch of stuff to take home, so to leave space in our bags. And I'm not a space in my bag type of girly, so I'm just gonna bring this rolling carry-on to have any excess things in it that we end up getting from the brand. Okay, so this is how we have things set up so far. So I have like all my big bulky clothes, all of the kind of like more sportswear stuff I'm gonna wear, undies obviously, and then my like nicer stuff, just like a dress for one of the dinners. Tried to just coordinate everything, so I only had to bring a couple of things. This is for being in the park, just putting on a little something. And then I have these two purses for our nicer nights. Heels obviously to go with the dress. Please ignore how they look right now. They look crazy. Also, I have traveled a lot and this bag has been through hell, so please excuse her. Shoes to wear in the what am I trying to say? In the hotel room, and then this last pair right here. It's gonna go right here. Okay, and so that's what we got so far. I have my toiletry bag here. It's all already packed. I just got home from a trip, so that's why I have this stuff already kind of done. But also I do keep this just stocked like I mentioned before, so that I don't have to mess with it a whole bunch when I'm traveling. Okay, you all can let me know, just, you know, in due time, if you would want me to kind of go through the products that I keep in my toiletry bag. But I just, you know, standard products, skincare. Oh, my bag is a little, again, I travel a lot, so all of my stuff has kind of been through hell, and it's due for a refresh, aka getting some new stuff, but don't mind her right now. But yeah, so bonnet, fragrances, hair care and like body care and stuff is here. Face care and, you know, toothbrush and stuff is there. Some Q-tips and a lint roller. So that's the gist of it. Not anything too crazy. I will say, on my like shorter trips where I don't need a whole lot, I will make this smaller, because this thing also, my mouthwash spilled out. So again, traveled a lot, been through a lot. Keep that in mind before you judge. But yeah, I also keep a shower cap in here, and oh, here's my gel. I was looking for this. My gel. So that's like just a brief synopsis of everything that I keep up in here. My girlfriend got this for me off of Amazon, so a very simple purchase that I need to make again, because my girl's been through a lot here. While we're here and talking about going into detail with things, I got this bag from Real Techniques. It's their female collective collection, but it comes with like little pockets for all of the brushes and stuff, and then just the regular pocket for all of my makeup. So very convenient and just the perfect size to fit everything that I need. We've got our jackets, we've got all of our good fits. I had to move the bigger thing over here to my smaller suitcase, but when on my way back, I'll reconfigure some things and it'll all fit fine. I have one of those little things from Amazon that basically like you attach it to your bag and you lift your bag and it tells you how much it weighs, but sometimes it's a little wonky. You know, sometimes things from Amazon, they don't be doing what they need to do sometimes. So, whew, goodness. So that's okay. I'ma just pray and hope that, you know, everything's good and we don't have no problems. Okay, now it is time to tackle all of the accessories, electronics, and filling up this little carry-on bag from Base. It's the Weekender, which I love. And I love this little compartment underneath here, because if need be, I can fit stuff that my suitcases, the overflow from there, under there, which is nice. Okay, so let's talk about things that as a content creator, I typically bring on brand trips. Trips period for me personally, but specifically brand trips where it's like work related, all the things. Okay. First things first, I typically don't bring this, but because the girlies are back on YouTube, I will be lugging my, what is this called? My hard drive, my external hard drive, and my laptop with me on this trip, because I do have some editing to do. I don't know if my vlog that I have like before this is going to be up and live by Wednesday, but we are going to try our best. So that goes in there. Of course, I need the charger for it. This is kind of all over the place right now, but I try to keep everything like chargers, all that kind of stuff, as organized as possible, because I get easily overwhelmed, and if there's wires everywhere, it makes me literally want to scream. So I'm just gonna put it in this little pocket right here so that it's kind of out the way. The beautiful thing about this Weekender is it is like collapsible, extendable, so it can get like really big, and then it can also kind of like push down if need be. So iPad and headphones, of course, over the ear headphones to noise cancel them babies out my ear. Love the babies. Love the babies, but they need to be loved from over there and with noise canceling headphones. I always keep a fan on me. Where I'm going is going to be warm, so, and I also have motion sickness, and this really helps on the plane for whatever reason. Cold air like on my forehead is just a great remedy, and so I don't have to take Dramamine and be tired. Charging pack, of course, because every content creator should have one of these. I do need to get a smaller one because this one is nice, big and bulky. It lasts for a long time, which I love, but I do need a more compact one because it also like, it's a little bit on the heavier side. And of course, I have my influencer lights for those dark evenings when I need a little extra something. This doesn't always come with me because I'm not always doing influencer teams, but it's definitely coming with me this time. Can't speak. Memory cards, more compact earphones for if I just need to talk on the phone or something like that, or, you know, I mean, these are noise canceling too, but the over the ear headphones they just do something for me. Like I said, I like to keep all of my wires and things very, very organized. So I have a little thing from Amazon. I'll link all the stuff. It's all linked to my Amazon storefront, but I'll link my Amazon storefront in the description box below. So keeps my wires nice and organized throughout my trip. Tripod, of course. I'll be bringing my camera also and my camera tripod. So I'll have 2 tripods. And then whenever I am carrying around, okay, let me put it like this. Whenever I'm bringing my roller suitcase and my weekender, I obviously can't have a purse because, again, flying Southwest, you get two little things, carry on and a personal item. So I typically just put all of my like necessities in a pouch that I can just grab super easily. So, you know, cash, wallet, some lip gloss, a little powder thing, some gum, some vitamins, just all the necessities that I can just easily grab out of the bag. Clorox wipes because, you know, some people are just not the cleanest and I am not one of those people, but just to wipe down surfaces, you know, once I get into the hotel and like on the plane and stuff, if I need to. Good to have. We have like 3 on-the-go packs just ready to go. I like to write down my thoughts when I have like creative ideas because sometimes putting in my phone, I'll forget to go to my notes. So I like to write them down. So I just have this small little notepad to bring with me if I have any creative ideas pop up that I don't want to forget. My fragrance. I need to put these in cases, but I'm gonna put my sunglasses in the lower compartment or in my carry-on roller bag. So I'll probably wear 1 pair and then put the rest of them in my carry-on. I have a little emergency bag that has tampons, Band-Aids, gloves, little alcohol wipes, perfume, mouthwash, I think I have a little mini deodorant in here. All the just like, you know, super necessary things for when you're on the go and, you know, things happen. I used to have boob tape in here. I don't know where that went. I think I switched over to another bag, but I can't find my other bag that has like my Tide pen and all that kind of stuff in it. Anyways, every girl should have an emergency bag, especially when traveling, because you just never know, okay? Even if it's not you, even if it's somebody else that may need it. I will be bringing my new friend on this trip. Please respect my privacy at this time, as I have just tripped and fallen into becoming a Stanley girl. I have no comment further. Thank you so much. Piece of candy for when I have a little sweet tooth moment. And that's pretty much it. I feel like I am packed and ready to go. I just packed all this stuff up, but I do need to charge all of my devices before heading out tomorrow. It's 8:25 now. That's not bad, you know? We're done pretty much packing. I just gotta throw maybe 1 or 2 last minute things into my bag and we are ready to go, honey. My flight is at 10 a.m. I'm gonna drive to the airport because Ash gets in as I'm leaving. So I'm gonna leave my car at the airport and pray. Cause luckily we both have keys to my car. So it'll be a nice little, I drop it off, you know, park that thing, she gonna pick it up. So yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys, for packing. I'm really excited to go on this trip. See you guys in the next video. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, baby. See y'all later.